that group to understand that this is where it's at, you guys. These moments right now where the shifts happen for you, this is what we're trying to help you with, right? So in my opinion, a great mentor, a good coach will collapse a time frame for you. I'm going to be successful with or without coaches, right? But all the time I see this, what would you tell your 20-year-old self? What would you tell yourself 10 years ago if you could go back? And the first thing that always comes to mind is get mentors. Get a mentor to help you hone in your message, to align it with your offer so that you can make an impact, which is going to lead you to freedom. When you start making an impact in lives, whether you're being paid for it or not, growth happens. Growth inside you, growth inside them. But it's even better when you have a good product and service and a message that you can share with the world that changes one person at a time to grow with you so that you can contribute more, right? Without growth, there can be no contribution. So all the things that we're going to teach you today, the things from the 3-day weekend, you guys know you came to that place just to share a message and then left there with like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be unstoppable. I'm going to finally have a system to make the impact that I need that leads to the clients, that leads to the income, that leads to the freedom. I told someone this morning, everything you ask from comes from you making an impact, from you speaking a message to the person who needs you most and making that impact. So I'm going to go in, like I promised you guys in the group, we're going to fine tune a couple of the messages, but I'm also going to show you a secondary format. And then I'm going to show you how AI has been cutting through all of the red tape to break that writer's block. And I'm going to give you 3 special gifts to anyone who messages me today. You have to raise your hand. I'm not just going to say, hey, here you go. If you really want it, you just go on Facebook and drop me a direct message that says high impact. And I will deliver everything that I showed you today in this meeting. And Raul will even send the recording out into the group if you don't catch it in the Facebook group. But it's as simple as just dropping me a DM in Facebook, and I will literally give you the links to the paid programs that I have for you today that I'm going to show you how we use, right? So right off the bat, the biggest thing that I run into is the avatar, right? Who is my ideal client? Who is the person that's out there needing me the most? I always have a very simple answer for them. Who you used to be. You help the person that you used to be. You share a message to help that person break through the blocks, to go to the levels that you wanted to go when you were there by giving them the tools, right? I think of AI as the simple message. But I want to ask you first, how many of you would love to have a brand new employee right now that would do anything you asked? How about one for 20 bucks? A $20 employee. That's what AI is. I pay 20 bucks to have ChatGPT 4 because it transforms everything that I need done, right? Yesterday, somebody sent me a message, and I'm going to show you this live broadcast, right? I'm going to show you how we did it, what we did. So I'm going to pull this message up real quick, and I'll tell you the exact time frames. And this isn't, like I said, writer's block 101, right? I'm going to go into ChatGPT from this message, and I'm going to pull it up and show you at, here we go, exact time. I've been stuck on this for 6 months. Here's what I've got so far as the course. At 5:11 p.m. on Wednesday, they send me this long messenger with a Google Doc. I take that Google Doc, I cut and paste a few pieces of it right into a ChatGPT prompt. How many of you know what a prompt is? It's a simple direction that can go really bad or really good, right? And at 5:11, that came in. At 5:34, I sent back a framework. 22 minutes later, the whole entire course, the whole outline, the format, how she should deliver it, how she should serve with greater power, whether it was masterminds, weekend retreats, it broke it all down. And it really laid it out into 2 simple tools. But in order to do that, I had to program the ideal avatar first, then feed it the course overview, and then it wrote the whole entire course framework. And this morning at 9 a.m., she said I changed 4 things. It was like it read my mind. Here's what I want to tell you, right? Each chat prompt that you go into is a blank baby. It's a blank avatar. It knows nothing. The more you feed it, the more that chat comes to life. When you tell it about the pain, the story. I had someone take their YouTube video, grab the transcription of their speech, slap it into there, hit go. It said, thank you for sharing this. It sounds like you do X, X, Y, and Z. And it said, yes, and I want to teach a course on it. And we gave a prompt to her. She put the prompt in, and it wrote the whole course outline based off the message she shared from stage. What just happened? That $20 employee just wrote a base format to collapse 4 weeks out of your time schedule. Sitting down and writing out your framework is probably one of the longest things for that transformational journey, right? But when you get something to do it for you, it's crazy how fast it goes. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm also going to share those 200 prompts for anyone that messages me high impact. But we're going to go in and look at this right now. So for time purposes, I loaded a prompt in here. Act as a world-class marketer. You understand target audience, enabling you to create effective marketing strategies that resonate with them. Based on the following: transformation, growth, your speaker, author, coaching business, answer the following questions. So I give it this long prompt that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to show you where I got it from. And it's going to write out my ideal client based off what I fed it, right? And it's going to go through each one of these steps, just knocking it out, right? The websites they explore, everything, continue generating, it just keeps going. Core value alignments, the alignment, your brand messaging. So it's helping me identify my avatar, right? The demographics of your target audience may be varied, but typical they are. Age 30 to 55 years old, gender both male and female, primarily urban and superior areas, buying journey challenges. During their buying journey, your target audience may face the following challenges: lack of clarity on how to effectively market and promote their services, difficulty in establishing themselves as an industry expert and thought leader. Oh my goodness, the first 2. I could put this on my sales page right there, and I will convert speakers, authors, and coaches right into a program. Limited resources, overwhelming confusion, developing cohesive marketing strategies, right? Your target audience may have the following pain points: feeling stuck, uncertain, frustration, desire, interest in behaviors. It breaks it all down, right? But then it says, here's some following prompts. So I took this prompt right here from the prompt page that I'm going to give you guys, and I put it in there. It wrote everything I needed, right? But then I want to know about the common challenges they face, how effectively they target different age groups. What are the key factors of the influence of the purchasing decisions? I start to learn more and more about my avatar by just filling in the prompt. Now, if I was to go actually into detail and actually talk about what they're going through, so like in this one right here, this person gave me a whole paragraph that they were going to post as who they help, right? So I put the format in with the prompt up top, and I took the paragraph and said, hey, let's write some shorter versions of it, right? So it started cranking them out. So we went from here, all this wisdom and pains and challenges and all this stuff that was just being thrown out on the page in a beta run, right? Just learning who my avatar is and how my message appeals to them, to this final one. I help health-focused individuals who are suffering from pain, trouble with digestion, and overwhelming emotions. All 3 pain points. Through my Living Your Optimal Life Academy, they will discover a pain-free life physically and mentally, gaining a deep understanding of their body, mind, and spirit connection, and unlocking their true potential. If that's me right now, you had me right here suffering from pain, trouble with digestion, and overwhelming emotions from it, right? Nothing is worse than not knowing what's wrong with you. Nothing. You know something, there's pain inside you. So she hit the pain point, and then she told them how the gain was going to work, right? And then I said, okay, give me a version 60 words or less, give me 130 words or less. So it starts generating it, right? But it's all based off the prompt that we're giving it. So when I send you guys these prompts, it's over 200 versions of this prompt, right? Everything from how you're going to build your copywriting. Okay, let's go here. Social media, get a monthly content calendar. Best practices for each social media platform. Viral post text, Facebook content creator, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. All of these prompts will cut so much time out of your day by being able to just add a prompt in there, right? So then let's look at this one right here where I just prompted up above. This is a very long prompt. I don't usually use a prompt that long, but now let's go look at one real quick, right? And just when I said a blank screen, think of every one of these chats on the left-hand side as a blank screen for you, right? Ooh, look at those. Unlock your mentors list, right? Course creator analysis. This one's good. Okay, so we looked at everybody that we loved in the industry. We fed it a very simple prompt right here. You are an expert course creator who specializes in researching the competitors and putting together an amazing format for up and coming course creators, right? So it came back through and fed back this outline for this course. The setting of the foundation, introduction, understanding the power of mindset, defining your core values. So this framework was immediately built for that speaker. She changed a couple things and added a few more modules into each one based off her original outline, sent me back the masterpiece the next day. But it also said additional offerings, weekly grouping calls, monthly masterclasses, a VIP mentorship program, private online community virtual retreat, special programs as she had outlined some of the other gurus had, an exclusive tier of the program offering travel opportunities, places to go, right? Mindset mastery for corporations, and a scholarship program aimed at providing the course for those with financial constraints. This broke down my model in 3 pieces. There's 2 of them that I don't do, but it broke it all down and even gave me good names for the course. Futuristic resilience, amplify your potential through mindset mastery. All of this took out the writer's block that they were experiencing, right? Now it goes even further. You can go into these sections right here and you can actually start enrolling everything you want, right? Mentorship programs for your talking speeches. So once you've fed it the first piece, you can then go through each prompt and say, okay, write me the ad that speaks to this person. So I can go back into this course creator analysis and go back to audience insight and marketing. And I'll say this right here, watch. You are a direct response copywriter. You specialize in writing copyright that speaks to my ideal audience. Please write me a 400-word Facebook ad. Figures it would pause on me, huh? I love the type and talk one. Technical difficulties. You are a direct response copywriter who specializes in Facebook ads for my ideal avatar. Take the response above and write me a 400-word Facebook ad for this ideal client. Wow, that's not going to work today. Figures, AI, what the heck? Boop, boop. You are a direct response copywriter. Please write me a 400-word Facebook ad. I'm going to leave it at that one today, just so it doesn't break on me. So it's wrote the ad quickly for me, right? Wow, it even gave me blank testimonials that I didn't ask for. Remember to embark on your journey of greatness. So it broke down the ad into a specific category, right? So as I'm doing these, introducing the ultimate transformation program, ready to achieve your goal and unlock your true potential. Now remember, this was just a blanket up here. I didn't feed pain points. I didn't go deep on I just said speaker, authors, and coaches, right? So as you use these templates to fill in the blanks, you give it the most information you can to that blank slate, and it will generate everything you need to take leaps and bounds past that point. Move this. So what I would suggest for every speaker, author, or coach on here is you start with who my direct avatar is, and then you write the messaging to speak directly to them, and then have it do an outline of a course and then write the ad. Those 4 steps will unlock so much in your practice that you'll be sitting there going, why have I not been able to get this done before? Where is the piece that I need right now that's going to unlock this for myself? I use a prompt probably twice a day. Now, here's my warning to you guys. Block time. Alexa, block 30 minutes.
Got it, Brandon. What day and time?
Oops. Now, start a 30-minute timer. Wrong prompt.
30 minutes, starting now.
So a bad prompt, write me a Facebook ad for health practitioners. Feed it. Talk to the bot as a blank slate, right? Write me a Facebook ad for people who are suffering from digestion pains, not knowing what's wrong with them, to sell my course to the Holistic Academy to live your best life. And I'm ad-libbing it, right? A good prompt identifies who's it for, what's their pain or challenge, and how do they gain from you, right? So just like the messaging we did over the 3-day weekend, when you fine-tune that and hone it into where you need it, the prompt will start going over and over. And I use each one of these prompts on the left-hand side, the chat, the little file cabinet over there. That's its own brain. So it only knows what's inside there. So if you build one just for messaging and one just for ads, it'll keep them separate. Now, when I give this to people in my course, so I have an $18,000 mentorship program, and at each level, we give them a prompt for each of the things they did that week. Colin must admit. So each person is getting a different prompt level just to take that writer's block off, just to take that one little piece you needed. Because I have yet to see 100% cut and paste, because I am one of those people who wants to put a little bit more of my voice into it. But when I started handing it to my VAs, like, here's what I wrote. Wow, want me to publish this? No, I want you to proofread it and make sure my voice is in every single piece. I've now noticed that some of them have just gone out raw and they look great. But the ones that I see go viral is when my voice just steps a little further into it, right? Just actually changing. The more you speak to it, the more it will speak you. And in the training that we're doing a week from now in the group, you guys will see a masterclass where I'll show you how to take your transcription and actually talk to this little AI bot, and it will take you to the next level. Some of you that are on the call right now, you can go geek out, but I warn you, don't go down the rabbit hole. But this site right here, futuretools.io. I'll drop this in the comment for you guys. It will tell you, you want social media prompters? Let me go straight back with you guys. I use one ChatGPT only, 4.0, $20 tool. Then I use one for video, and I use one for voice, okay? Those are the only 3 that I use. But when I was looking for them, I found them on this site. So if I want to go in and find social media AI, I click here. If I want to generate video ones, I click here. Okay, so this is the one I use for video right here, Vidon.ai. This one will take your video and make it for you, right? This one will actually take your picture, you talking for 30 minutes, and you can turn this sucker into you talking as you and do your whole webinar for you. It's freaking nuts. It's a little too far for me. I just need this one. So you can come in here and just play around, right? Text to speech. You could actually talk into the AI, it'll transcribe it, and then put it back into your voice. All of these tools can be used for good. They can all help you collapse timeframes. But more importantly, as a speaker, it can hone in your message and your offer. That's all I use it for. Message, offer, and ads. Message, offer, and ads. And my ads are organic. I don't use paid ads. Now here's a cool one right here. And I actually have a better prompt and I want to show it to you guys. So I'll come in here and I'll show you one that we just did. Nope, it's right. Here, I'll just pull it up. Sometimes I had to categorize them over here by name. Enrollment confirmation, nope. I feel like I'm missing a few here. That's the one feature they need to add is just the actual search feature. People are just showing up late. I'm just going to pull up the actual end result real quick. So if I go to here, we'll pull up a drive. Oh, I hit the stop share. So it will produce your content level for you in a full grid and chart that you can actually map out and go through each stage and then build each post for each chart, right? So I'm going to pull this up for, let me see what we do last. I apologize for the wait. I thought ChatGPT would be faster. Okay, so messenger outreach, share screen. What's up, Benjamin? Haven't seen you for a couple of days. Okay, so ChatGPT pushed this out, right? So it went through and talked about welcome messages, adding new friends, and it puts it all into a grid for you. It actually broke it down like this, right? So the category is mindset for this one. The power of a positive thinking, how to optimize fuels success, right? This is for a fitness coach. Myths about fitness, core values about being a father, self-discipline. It gave all these categories. So it gave 5 different topics you could talk on in each category: mindset, fitness, self-discipline, fatherhood, shaping your child's beliefs, dads don't do diapers, challenging traditional fatherhood stereotypes, the core value of unconditional love in fatherhood, the role of discipline in nurturing independence in children. All of these topics, he told after the meeting, he said, I used about 85% of them are going into my VA right now, and they're creating content over each one. All of them, which were generated by just feeding the core topics into the piece. So I'll share that content creator for your Facebook groups, content creator for your profile, content creator for your business page. It will break down 3 different levels, including make me a version for Instagram, make me a version for LinkedIn. Each one of these, like when I first came into coaching live on the internet, I bought Ali Bajurk's 365 content creation program, right? Man, I couldn't keep up with that thing. One, it was written for someone else and they were blanket topics. So now as I got into these ones, they're topics that are actually identifying who my perfect client is, what they need, what pains they're having. And then it produces 30 days of content scheduling for me. And I can go in there and pick 15 of them and drop one every other day. And now with the new Canva link, you can literally zap your chat GPT right into Canva and it'll post it into your templates for you. So how fast is product working for you? How fast is your social media growing? All these things that we've been bogged down with as speakers, authors, and coaches, this is your new employee. This is the one little shift that's going to help you move these mountains, right? The rest of it is you. You're your business. You're the value that comes to stage. You're the value that comes from the course. But all this busy work, that's not what we signed up for. I never became a coach so that I could become an expert marketer. I became a coach to make an impact and change lives in people. And you get so bogged down with busy work on some bases that you can't even get to the level you need to be at to make the real impact. Do you know what that is? That's a high-paying job that sometimes isn't paying off. When you start getting this little $20 employee to do the grunt work for you, you're now building a business and removing yourself back into the value point of your company, which is you. Your story sells, not all the other crap. When you can speak your story into a blank bot that then repeats back to you what's going on in your life, that's when the movement starts to shift. Yes, this is 4.0. You can try most of these grids on the basic level one, but if you're going to go in, so I used basic for 2 whole months when it launched, right? And I didn't want to touch it. I was like, whatever, I got a content writer. So then a client who pays me 25 grand a month called me. She's freaking out. Have you been on there? And I said, oh my God, my team's been talking about it. My VAs are talking about it. The VA company was freaking out about it because now the people are firing VAs for $500, $600 a month. And then I said, well, why don't you just have the VA start using the tool and crank out twice the production? People will hire you back. Stop panicking, right? Don't replace people with VI, AI, whatever. Make them more powerful. Become more powerful as a coach, as a speaker. So she comes on there and she's like, Brandon, you got to check this out. She said, okay, watch this. I want to throw a dinner party for 40 people and I want to serve prime rib and I need 2 appetizers and 2 side dishes and some salad that all flows well so that the crowd has an amazing experience. Boom, go. Writes the whole menu. I was like, oh, that's cool. She goes, no, wait. Now write the grocery list for everything that you suggested. Grocery list. I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. No, wait, Brandon, watch this. Write me the invitation to send out through Evite. It writes the invitation. Write me the thank you card to print out for all the guests who are here. Write me the thank you follow-up email to send out to all of them. It did it all right in front of me, and I said, okay, sold. Because it was so detailed. The prime rib, how to cook it, what to serve with it, what garnish, what kind of horseradish you should use. Gave you 3 options of the horseradish mixtures. You could make a jalapeno version, horseradish jalapeno. I was like, oh my gosh, is this really what it did? But it took a simple application to show me, right? Because I always felt like, and I still believe this, right? If you don't put yourself into it first, and you let it just mill out a bunch of crap with the wrong prompts, you'll fade away. No one will listen. But when you tell your story and actually breathe life into that avatar, just like you would do an employee, right? You wouldn't just tell a VA, go write me 30 days of content, post it all immediately. No. You would use it for your time, right? You would use your time into that person and say, here's what I stand for. Here's my core values. Here's the people I want to reach. I have a whole Trello board that I give to a VA that they have to go through for a whole week and learn all about my style guide, all about my audio logo, what my message is, who my avatar is, how I talk to them. A week of training just to get them to start learning about me. But now you can take one speech you've done, grab the transcription and drop it into a chat and feed it. Your landing pages will speak truly as you. I cheated the other day and I sent my wife this beautiful little message and she goes, your spelling and grammar is so perfect. Great job, honey. Thank you so much. And everyone was like, this is such a contribute to your wife. And she's like, I loved it, but you use Chappy. And I'm like, yep, that's what I call Chat GPT. It's my Chappy. I'm always nice to it too. I'll say, thank you for giving me that. Now please do this. Thank you for giving that. Here's the next prompt. And I'm the same way with Alexa too. I always say, thank you, Alexa. Because there's so many things that we're doing. You guys look right now, if you start going on Google and you start typing something and it starts finding it for you and finding the keywords like food near me, food that's good, top 10 places to eat, that's AI. You've been using it for years in all different shapes and form. Now use it for the best employee you can get. And you're not replacing, I mean, I'll do an hour and bust out 20 good posts that I like. And I'll send them over to my VA who will build the graphics and then schedule them into my little social bee poster. And then it'll just feed into my social media pieces because I just want to go speak and change lives. But the business has to run. So let's open it up for some Q&A. Anybody wants anything, just hit your little raise your hand and we'll go from there. GPT. After all that, I just nailed it. You got nothing? Woo! The messaging is so clear. It's like I'm like a Jedi.
You're perfect, dude. I just made it so that everybody can unmute themselves if they want to ask a question.
I think right now, if I'm standing in a position of a speaker or an author or a coach, I want my message so clear that I don't have to sell. Okay? Client attraction is 100% based off of what I hear, what I feel from your voice. How many of you this weekend know that I didn't script anything? How many of you felt that my message came true from the heart? Today, there was no scripting. I couldn't even get my webpage to open. I didn't build the things ahead of time because I wanted you to see the power of how fast it went, right? You're going to see the prompts and the little light's going to go, ding. Oh my gosh. The prompting is what makes it separate itself from the others. Yvette, go ahead. You have to unmute, I think. Okay, I'll come back to you. Christina, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're there. Good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was getting a message. I wasn't allowed to unmute. Anyway, hey everybody.
Hello.
This is fantastic, and I'm so glad you're sharing all of this. And I appreciate the fact that you're saying, it just empowers our content managers to do even greater job. And I like the whole week thing. Have you ever used it for client conversion? Like is there a prompt that says, what's the language you use to convert a client to a paid or a potential client to a paid client, or, that kind of thing?
Yeah. So when you're building client attraction, that's exactly what's happening, right? When you can nail the pain point. So remember, we did audio logo.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt a little bit, right? You got in there and you're like, wow, I don't have all this right now.
Mm-hmm.
I need this.
Right.
I need to understand this client, right? Because in order to understand that client, I also have to understand who I am. So the client conversion is 100% the pain points that are attracting them to you. Everyone already knows the result you'll bring because of what you do. But the problem all speakers, authors, and coaches run into is communicating that message. So yes, when you get in there and you start looking at content creation and it asks for these prompts and you fill in the pain points, when you ask for your avatar and you fill in all the pieces that get that avatar to really shine in the AI's mind, it will start talking directly to that person, which will then have them converted before they get on a call with you. When I get on a call right now, the only thing that needs to be known, do you want help? Yes. Do you want my help? I do. So then the only problem that we look into is financial, right? Because you said you wanted help. You've been struggling with this. You've done all these things to try to get past this level. You see what I do, right? I watched this meeting one time. You guys know who Marcus Lemonis is? The prophet. He goes in and saves the businesses, right? And this lady had the audacity to say, well, tell me why I need you. And he was like, you don't. I wish you the best of luck. They started to get up and she said, no, I need you. That's client attraction. When you speak directly to the person that you want to transform, when you're speaking to that C-level executive that their team has abandoned them because some rumors at the freaking water cooler, and they know that you have lived through it, and you're there to stand in their corner and help them gain their leadership back, the phone call is literally, do you want help with this? Mm-hmm. The message when it comes in is this something you're looking for help with? Yes. Do you want my help? I do. So client conversion comes from two things, right? The right message to the right person, and the offer makes sense. And then there's other tricks, right? The risk reversal. Cool. I will work with you past my 90-day program until you achieve this if you don't get it in the first 60 days. 100% money back guarantee if you don't get a promotion. All these risk reversals can be thrown in. Christina, asked to unmute.
Hi, everybody. My name is Christina. So I had one question. I was logging in right when you were talking or changing to my computer, and you mentioned something about tagging you or something. I believe in Facebook, so we can get more materials. I'm somewhat familiar with ChatGPT. I don't have a paid version, but yes, it's wonderful. But I'm still working on updating or giving a facelift to my webpage. And so that's kind of like the question that I have for you. I hope it's not too much.
No, it's not. And absolutely, in the Facebook group, you can tag me and say high impact, and I will message you directly. Since we aren't most likely friends, maybe we are on Facebook. We're friends now, but Facebook, we're not. We got to be FBBs. Or you just send me a message, I'll see it, and I'll drop you the link to the piece, right? If I drop all these links into the Facebook group, it'll put a shadow ban on the group. It's too many spam links going out. So I want to message them to you directly. Just go to Brandon Hintz, Hintz. You'll see me on Facebook. I'm probably wearing a hat in there because I've been growing my hair out, but I'm there. So just jump on there, drop me a message. I will send you over the link to the main site and these prompts I have in my course area. And there's even in this page right here, there's an upgrade from this gentleman where these ones I just bought for universal usage. He's got a freaking level 2 that I haven't even gotten to because everything he's given me on this level has been amazing. And I'm also a firm believer in shiny object syndrome sucks. Mm-hmm. So I take what I have, I use it until I need more. I do not jump from one thing to the next. Message, offer, marketing, MOM, M-O-M. When your message and offer is solid, the marketing takes off. So all I said was DM me or just say high impact Brandon in the group, and I will look at it today and get it back to you. Natalie. Almost. Let's see. Ask to unmute. Let's see if that helps you.
There we go. Okay. So I did DM you, and are the links that you're sending out, because I kind of missed how you got straight into the whole, avatar creation in ChatGPT 4.0.
Yeah. So in the avatar creation, you just open ChatGPT right here,
Okay,
and start a conversation, but the 2000 prompts are right here. Videos on
Okay.
how to use them, get a monthly content calendar, best practices on each social platform. I mean, you could go all out. So what I
Yeah.
did with the first one is I started looking at content creation, and I liked viral post.
okay.
So I went right here and then I cut the prompt, right? Copy and paste. Create 10 posts about topic, replace topic, for my audience on Facebook. And then insert the 3 pieces right here, right? Topic, audience, platform, goal. So then you just take this sucker and copy it. Now, if you want to go all in, so I started doing the whole thing. So I would put the topic here, the audience here, the platform here, and then the platform again. And then I would even insert it again here and have it follow these guidelines. And I started seeing twice the result level from the guideline. And then once you learn it, you can just speak it into them. So you are a social media viral creator.
So
I like-
do you use
Go ahead.
this for mainly for call to action or just
Both.
yeah?
So if you wanted to write a call to action, you just say at the end. So like here, let me give you.
What the goal would be? Oh,
So let's just look at this escape the 9-to-5 person, right?
Mhm.
And I'll say, you are a direct response copywriter.
That's what you're trying to do. Okay, I get it.
Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Write me a 400-word ad that has the reader feeling a fear of missing out. And I want a call to action. If this is you, book your call with me at the link below.
Okay.
Now I got a
cool.
list. So look, I got to go back and fix this.
Yeah.
Has the reader feeling a fear of missing out I want fear of missing out, I'll put a comma, and I want to call to action. If this is you, book your call, and I'll press the button. So this is a medium prompt. You can go way big, right? Escape the mundane and live your purpose. Time is running out. If you're living your dream, if you're like most people, you're stuck in the 9-to-5 grind, feeling overwhelmed and unfulfilled. Your job is not exciting. It feels like a straitjacket on your potential.
I like
You
that.
yearn for change, for something more meaningful, but where do you start? And it just starts writing it, right? Book your call with me today in the link below, and let's kickstart your journey to a life that's not only excites you, but fulfills you. A life that can't wait to wake up to, a life that's uniquely yours. So because it already knew all this stuff above in this prompt, this is the brain it has right now. So everything will come from the response above it.
Very cool.
This ad right here is what you pay content writers for, right? It's crazy what it's doing. And I give these to my Facebook people and I'll say, hey, play these out. And then they're like, man, there's like maybe a 5% variance where I'll put a piece of you in there or drop your link in there. And I'll know that you wouldn't say the itch for something bigger. I would say the itch to make a bigger impact, an itch to help more. So I change a little bit of it, right, to the verbiage that matches my brand. So each time you use these prompts, go through there and look at it. I mean, take the time to read it while it's prompting you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then here's what I do. I grab that whole comment and I open a Google Doc and I store it there. So I always have the Google Doc backup versus coming back. That's why when I couldn't find it in the prompts, I just went right to the Google Doc. And if I'm working with my clients and I help them with one of these, I just share the Google Doc with them so I can see the living, breathing material as they start playing with it. And then when they're done, we can finalize it and put it into a game plan right away. Does that help?
Yes, that was great. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Super exciting. Super exciting.
Super fun stuff, right? There's just so many things in our way right now of success. And what you heard in Raul's video that he played, it is pretty choppy, bro. You got to download that thing into Zoom. It's the big vision, right? This big vision that we all had when we decided to step in and help these people that we want to help. Sometimes we're failing because fear always interrupts the legacy. FAIL, right? Fear always interrupts legacy. And the fear is this content any good? Is my message correct? Are they going to buy my offer? Well, when you start getting that message so clear, they just want the result. They don't even care if the offer was delivered in a freaking PayPal link with the buy today. It doesn't matter at that point. People buy people. Every one of you who was invested in a mentor, you saw the result they were getting, you saw their heart, and you paid them. All the shit in between was just fear getting in the way. And as soon as you removed it, you saw that I could have this in my life. So use the tool wisely. Like this, like right here, you can make a resume for your Zoom profile, and you can have all your messaging right there. And then I'm missing the call to action, man. Where's the barcode? I want to be able to scan the barcode or the QR code right here and go to Mr. E's website. I've never ever seen that. That's awesome, dude. It's your speaker bio. But the one thing I want to do is while I'm looking for you, instead of searching for you, I want to grab a QR code and go right to what you're talking about and see that bio online. So Mr. E, you need a QR code there, bud. Take something out and put a big QR code that says, check me out here. And then right on that page, I help so-and-so who is currently suffering from A, B, and C to have A, B, and C with my program. Boom, conversions are starting to happen. All of you guys that were at the event this last weekend realize that 1 minute pitch we taught you is how you close every stage when you walk away. Those of you who need this, come see me. I'm here for you in the back. And now you're not speaking and selling from stage, you're just attracting clients. Look, Alexa, thank you.
Anytime.
Any-
Glad I could help.
Glad you could. Alexa, stop timer. There was one other question. Who had it? I saw someone with their hand up. Did I get everybody? So impromptu, we were doing this for the people from the event, but we wanted everybody from the group to have it. More than welcome. I'll have my VA just go through and message everybody that messaged over back. I'll get you the link within the next hour. And then if I missed anyone, just tag me in the group. Simple, easy, more power to you. I wish you all the best on this. Raul, do you have anything you want to close up with?
Just in regard to, this is the technical side, this is the business side of things. And it's needed because, right, we're monetizing our messages. We're turning our passion into a business. We're becoming authors, speakers, and coaches. I've said over and over again, and I'll say it again for those who have not spoken with or have been on one of our webinars, but I didn't say one day, I'm going to be an author, I'm going to be a speaker, I'm going to be a coach. I started living my passion. I stopped being scared of sharing my story with people. And for those of you who don't know my story, in bullet points, I had childhood trauma at 7. I started doing drugs at 9. Had my first child at 13, got incarcerated at 14, and then was basically incarcerated for the next 10 years. And then went on a journey of growing and self-development and finding a new way to live. So for all those years of being in prison, I overcorrected and I never told anybody that I was in prison. I tried to be a different person. And then when it came down to it, I said, I need to share this message. I need to get it out there and I need to help kids so that they don't go through what I did. And I started volunteering in juvenile hall. And that's how I got into this industry. I started sharing my message and people would come to me and say, that was a powerful message. I'm so glad you shared it. Can you share it here? Can you share it there? Can you share it? So that's how I started sharing my message. And somebody said, is it in a book? Do you have a book? And I said, no. They will write a book. So I wrote a book, and then, hey, I love your speech. I love your talk. Can you coach me? My son needs you. My mother needs you. My father needs you. Can you coach these people? And the next thing I know, I'm an author, speaker, and a coach. It wasn't something that I went out to start doing. And it was so long ago. I'm talking late 90s. The term coach hadn't even been created yet. I mean, it was only for sports. Back then it was like mentor, or speaker was out there. So what I want for you and my passion is to inspire you to share your story. There's somebody here that spoke at the event, and you can volunteer if you want for people to know, but you changed your message. right? From when you started hearing people's stories, you said, I need to change my message. And you can't. There are two people actually that wanted to, can I do tomorrow? Can I do tomorrow instead of today? Because based on hearing these powerful stories, I want to change mine and actually share my message. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, there was 3 people who did that. And one of them said, I've never shared this before in my life, but you guys are open and you're sharing, and this is a safe place. And I want to share the story, and it's transforming lives. So that's my passion, is to help you and inspire you to share your message. The business side is wonderful because we can monetize, and it could be a career. My company is Tag Talks, Transparency, Acceptance, and Growth, but it's under the umbrella of my entity, which is UL Seminars. And UL Seminars stands for Ultimate Life Seminars. The ultimate life to me is being able to share your passion, change people's lives, and create an income doing it. That's the ultimate life, right? I mean, you can go get a job doing whatever and making really good income at a job. Great. But I don't think personally that's the ultimate life. The ultimate life is helping people grow, changing their lives, helping them come through their challenges. So there's the passion side of get out there. Don't be afraid. Don't hide where you've been or what you've been through. Share it, because there's other people going through it that need you. And then there's a business side that we teach also to help you full time, figure it out, instead of like me over the years, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this, and figuring it all out. So, my partnership with Brandon is a great one, because we're both businessmen, we're both business minded, and we both have passions for people. So I just, I want to close this with just saying, join us, join us. There's a couple of links there. We have this event coming up in Dallas where people are going to share powerful stories. I want to tell you guys, if you've already been to an event, right? And you've traveled to an event, and you've invested in yourself, and you invested with us to do that, then there's discounts available for you. Okay. So right now, you either got an email from me, you are in the Facebook group, or we're connected on Facebook. That's basically the only 3 ways you could have found this, or somewhere on Facebook. So message me, right? You're messaging Brandon. That's great. You can message me also and say, I want to speak. I want to learn to speak. Tell me more. And we'll get you there. Or when you message Brandon, tell him, hey, I want to learn to speak too. Or I don't even, maybe you already
Don't
know.
send me that one. That's Raul.
you don't even have to say, because you may already be speaking. And so
There's 150 DMs in my box today. I didn't even realize.
All right, send it to me then.
Yeah.
And if you're already speaking, then tell me, I'm already speaking and I want to share my story. What do I got to do? We've got so many opportunities. We're doing the live in person every quarter. Every quarter, we're taking people from the last, and we're growing. And then we have the online summit that we're going to be doing regular in between. So if you're global, if you're outside of the country and you can't come, let's do the online summit. If you can from outside of the country, or you're within inside the country, we're doing it in Texas purposely. It's the center of the US. Come, it's easy to get there. Dallas is an easy place. We checked it, right? And like I said, if you've already spoken, talk to me and go, hey, I've been there, I've talked, I love it, I want to expand, I want to grow some more. Of course, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to make sure I'm going to cover your flights, I'm going to cover your hotel and things like that. Okay, we can talk more about that. So that's about all I have, is just continue to be inspired. Brandon is continuing to grow and help you grow. Let's work together. Let's work together.
Yeah.
I hope to see you.
And in closing, I just want to say to you guys that it takes courage, right, to be a business. That's why there's so many entrepreneurs that don't step into that light, right? There's so many times, like we said at the meeting, that there's so many gifts, so much gold that has died in the graveyard. And you shared and you shared and you shared. You went to the BNI, you went to the CCI, you went to the ABC, you shared, you spoke on this stage, you spoke on that stage. And then all of a sudden next month, ATM phobia is kicking in. That's got to go, you guys. There's a powerful industry right now where so many people with weak-minded e-marketing techniques are making millions. But the speakers with the true passion, the authors who are putting their books out and sharing their story, are like the same stigmata behind a broke actor in LA, right? That's horrible. There's one person everywhere you go that needs your help. When you drive down the road, the doctor, the lawyer, the dentist, the plumber, the speaker, the author, the coach, they're all on the same street. The one who needs you is also there. And the next block, it's the same thing. So you speak that message clearly and you help the one closest to you, and it monetizes so quickly. There's nothing special about me. I have talent and heart, right? but I had to get the system to bring that to life. There's one thing that I learned the other day, and it was astonishing to think about this, that we can measure your IQ. We can measure your body, how much mass you have, how much energy you have, how much time you do sleeping, how your mind reacts. Are you good, bad, ugly? Are you proactive, responsive? Whatever happens, right? But you can't measure the heart of a person. And that's shocking, right? Because your heart is what makes everyone successful. That heart that you have to share that gift with the world is what breaks down all the talent, all the crap, all the shit that you've been through, and makes you the person that they're needing the most right then and there. And that's the one thing we can't measure. And only you can put the system in there to show that heart how to come to life, how to fill it up. I know before I started helping people, and someone asked me this today, like, why did you leave this $40 million company in the mortgage industry after you knew it was going to bounce back? Because I was dead inside. I was an alcoholic. I was grinding out. I had an ulcer. It was horrible. I was never going back. Even when the industry bounced back and they're like, we'll give you a $400,000 salary. I was like, no way. I'm done. I will never be that person that bleeds and dies slowly while helping no one. Your heart is what's going to carry you through. The systems that we provide is just what's going to get you there. So when you get on that stage, when you need help with that monetizing that message, just reach out, you guys. We're open. There's no convincing or chasing you on this call. We want you to help you. And those of you that take that ChatGPT and rock it and get 10 clients this week, more power to you. Now invest back into yourself and build the foundation for a business, not a high-paying job. So thank you, guys. A couple of you asked, it's Tag Talks Keynote Speakers Facebook group.
Yeah, I just put a link to the group in the chat.
I'm going to drop this link here just so you have it, but I don't think you can cut and paste out of the chats. But that's the prompt one, you guys. I've been messaging you. I don't know. Sometimes I can click on them, but I can't cut and paste them and save them. So if you click it here, just save it to your bookmarks. But those of you that message me, it's in your DMs. Love you all.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon. Keep an eye out for our emails in regards to the next events. Join the keynote speakers group so you can see also in there. We post everything. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Set up a call and we'll chat.
Bye, guys.